Alright, it's my last day of the second part of the night vision drills. So I'll go through how that works. Um, and then tomorrow I'm doing an optional thing. I guess it takes about 5 hours. It's like a super mega night vision drill. But I did part one for 1 week. This is my last day for 1 week of doing this drill. And his recommendations, if the squares don't pop out to you really quickly, then you should practice it like another week till they pop out. They pop out quick enough to me, for me, in my opinion. So this will be the last time I'm doing it. But I'll explain how it works and just go through it and point out a couple observations. Sorry that the camera's a little bit wonky. Maybe I'll try to straighten it real quick. That should be good enough. But so this one, it's like the concentric squares drill. That was his first vision drill. But what you do is you go around in a concentric square until you hit the edge of the board. And then it's optional if you want to go all the way around the edge. I have been actually. But the idea is to move the knight to that concentric square that you're going to in the least number of moves possible. And then you can, if you want to make it more difficult, you can try to find all the possible routes. That's what I've been doing for the most part. Not a super stickler on it, but I try to get a bunch of routes. And so it's just like the first concentric squares drill. So we place the knight on d5, and the first square that we try to go to is d4. Then we'll go to e4, e5, etc. So you'll just try to find the fastest route to these squares. Now you'll kind of pick up patterns as you go, and I think that's part of the point too. So when I notice kind of obvious ones, I'll pick them out. So like on this first square, one kind of thing to note is that because it's an odd number of squares away, well actually that's not true. Because it's an opposite color, it's going to take an odd number of moves to land on that square, because it always changes colors when it moves. So because it's on a light square and it's going to a dark square, it's going to take an odd number of moves. We know we can't get there in one move, right? Because it's the square right next to it. So it's probably going to take 3 moves. So we know we can't go there in 2 because it's opposite colors. So then we'll just look for routes in 3, which it is in this case. And then what they want you to do is physically tap on a route that goes there. So you do it like that, do it like that, like that, like that, and then we kind of work our way around the board. So then we would go to the next square is e4. Now you notice that's the same color, so it's going to be an even number of turns to get to that square. So we see if we can get there in 2, and we can. Here, here, right? So then we go to e5, same ideas. So I won't like belabor the points too much, but just do some routes that get there. This one's going to be even, right? This one gets there in 1 square, so we just move on in 2, in 1. And then now another pattern that could actually be practical, like in a time scramble, is it takes the longest for your knight to get to a square that's on a diagonal of that knight, at least, in this drill, on a diagonal of that knight, and with an odd number of squares in between them. So we're trying to go to b7 here, and there's the c6 square between them, an odd number of squares. It actually takes, we know it's one of the same color, so it's going to be taking even number of turns. It actually takes 4 to get there. So that could be useful like in a time scramble situation or something, where you don't want to get forked and you're blitzing one out at the end. Well, you could move your king to, diagonally with an odd number of squares in between them, and it would take 4 moves if you just left your king where it was for the knight to fork you. So that could be like something to prevent blunders in a time scramble. And then you'll notice too, there's a large number of ways for the knight to get to that square. Because you know you can even like back up like here you can go here here. You know, it's how you like backed up, which is kind of counterintuitive. You can back up here. Sometimes you can even almost like circle around it. You know, there's all kinds of patterns that you kind of pick up on. You know, things that you wouldn't think would get there in time, like that. Even like back up. So you just kind of do a bunch of them. If you want extra challenge, you can try to do them all. That kind of helps your working memory. But I'll just kind of go around here. And another interesting thing that you can do when you're first starting out to make it kind of stuff pop out a little bit quicker is, or not pop out quicker, but when you get to things where they're going to take like 3 moves or 4 moves to get there, you can because you did that first night vision drill, the squares that the knight can go to from the square that you're trying to get to, you can use those as like landing points, right? So you can try to get to these 2 squares, you can try to get to these, and that helps you find like quicker routes, right? So like you see this square, well, bam, 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 connects to that square, right? This square here, bam, bam, you kind of get the point. Like this square here, bam, bam, this square here, bam, bam, So that's kind of a way to do it. And then it kind of helps you figure out, if you're doing the hard part where you're trying to figure out how many routes there are, then you can kind of just figure out, all the routes for the different entry points to the square you're trying to get to. So I'll move on here. So like this one's kind of easy because the entry points are here, and you can kind of see, well, you can get to this one quickly and you can get this one quickly in one move, right? So it's not even worth looking at the other ones because you can get to 2 of them in one move. So then there's only 2 routes. So kind of interesting. So just kind of zip around. See that same pattern just occurred again. So it's all these recurring patterns. And so I think like his suggestion of doing this like maybe once a month or something, maybe even once a week. I'm thinking I might do like 1 drill a week, alternating with like night vision ones and concentric squares in the different ones. And then if it feels like there's more latency as I'm doing it, then I'll probably speed it along. So I'll probably, that's probably enough for now. I'll just kind of finish it up on my own. I guess I could, well, actually, like, let's get to, let's see. Actually, let's just move down to this square, because I just want to point that out. See, there's an odd number of squares in between them. And so that way you know that it's going to take 4 to get there, right? That's that pattern we talked about in the beginning. So if this was in a blitz game and they had their knight in the corner, you put your king on this one here or way down here, and it's going to take forever for them to fork you. It's going to take 4 turns. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, to get to you, or 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's not likely that you're going to get forked if you just kind of do that. So tomorrow I got to read the directions, but it's actually like going to take like 5 hours, I guess, according to him, and that'll be the last vision drill I do. I won't record that, obviously, or live stream that. It'd just take too long, and whatever. But that one, basically, I think you start on A1, and you find all the shortest routes to here, and then you find all the shortest routes to C1, and then D1, and then you move your then you go all the way around the board, find the shortest routes. Then you move your knight over, I think, and do the same thing. And so it's like, I don't know, it's like probably 63 squares or something number of routes. I don't know, but so that's what I'm gonna do. And then in 2 days, I start the day after tomorrow. I actually start the tactics part of it, the 7 circles. which now is kind of known as the, rebranded as the woodpecker method. Um, and that's what most people know it as. But I'm going to finish that sometime in March, and my thought is at the end you do all 1,000 tactics in one day, and then so the circle before you do all 1,000 tactics in 2 days. And I'm thinking maybe I'll try to live stream at least one of those days, if not all of them. Maybe the last day when I do all 1,000. I'm going to use CT Art for that, and um, I'm gonna probably I have it on my iPad on like I think it's like Chess King app or something, and I also have it on my PC on like Peshka or something it's called. You get it through Shredder Chess, I think. And I'm gonna do those, and then so I'll probably maybe just do like one or two updates before then, just to show my progress. But I just want to like document the progress, and then when I get done, I'll see. I'm just gonna do this and play at least 4 games a week, and try to take a look at them, and we'll just see. Like I want to do it exactly like he said, see where it gets me. I feel like I'm seeing the board pretty well now. I'm playing all right. I'm not like jumping up and rating, but I'm having people play like I don't know if the chess.com. I started playing on there again, and I'm losing. I'm playing like some games I'll play like 100 or 200 points above my rating and lose, according to chess.com. So either I'm having bad luck, or their estimates are kind of off. But I guess it doesn't matter because averages bear over time. So it'll be about 4.5 more months, and I'll be done and see where I'm at. So anyway,